cracker crust. If you watched my award-winning episode for cheesecake, either of them, either the one from season 1 or the one from season 2, get the recipe that way. I did not blind bake this because, as I discovered in my rare cheesecake episode from season 2, you don't really need to bake it. So I'm just going to see what happens if I don't blind bake it before I put in the filling. Speaking of the filling, you start with a can of sweetened condensed milk. Careful not to get it on your can opener. If it's slow in coming out, use your finger. Next, you're going to need 4 egg yolks. Have your container on standby to receive the whites. It's okay if a little bit of egg white gets in there. It's not one of those recipes. In some versions of key lime pie, you can whip these egg whites separately and then make a meringue for the top of the pie. I'm not a huge fan of meringues though, so I'm just going to turn them into something else. Put this away. Allergy season! Now we need half a cup of lime juice. You could use actual key limes, but they're tiny and annoying to deal with. So I'm going to use these limes. Now we also need lime zest, so I'm actually going to get that first because it's much easier to zest the limes before you juice them. It says 3 to 4 teaspoons of lime zest, so I'm just going to estimate. Now you might think, I should just leave out the lime zest. That's annoying. It's like, yes, it is probably the most annoying part of this recipe to prepare. Either that or the crust. But it really takes the flavor up a notch, so don't leave it out. Well, that looks pretty good. These limes are a bit dry, it seems, so I'm just going to keep squeezing them into this Pyrex glass until it tells me I have half a cup. And if you're thinking about getting that lime juice that comes in that little plastic green container at the supermarket, do yourself a favor and just move to Mars or something. Right now, when it's still uninhabitable. Alright, all of that was about 1/4 cup, so I'm going to estimate I'm going to need about 3 more limes, which is all I've got. I'll try 2 for starters, just in case. You don't want to skimp on limes because they are the star of this dish. That's just enough. So I can save this little guy for something else.
Is all of this recording? Yay!
Now this is where you need to get your mighty whisk and incorporate these items. I start by gently mixing the egg yolks into the milk. Now as you add the lime juice, something magical is going to happen. It's going to start thickening. It's actually thickening from the reaction of the acid in the limes and the milk. But that won't be thick enough on its own. We are going to bake it. I have preheated the oven at 325. This pie does not take very long to bake. It bakes in between 15 and 20 minutes. I'm going to check it after 15. Nicely incorporated. This is a 9-inch pie pan, by the way. Good. Make sure it's a little bit even. Put it in the oven. And behold, it's surprisingly yellowy, key lime, not really key lime, actual limey goodness. You probably couldn't tell from that close-up, but you know that it's done if when you jiggle it slightly, it's jiggly, kind of like Jell-O, but it doesn't like slosh all over the place. It's technically done at this point, except you need to chill it. So I'm putting it on this wire rack to cool for a while, and then I'm going to put it in the fridge overnight, and then I'm going to eat it tomorrow for breakfast.